Hello viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel on Let's Have This Talk. I'm happy to have you again. I'm happy to be with you on this journey as we continue on our second episode. Yes, so if you're a new subscriber or if you're a new viewer, you're welcome. I'm grateful to have you. And if you do not mind sparing me 70 minutes of your time, I have a previous episode on this, which is an introductory video of what this channel is about, and also a little bit of introduction from me, just to get acquainted with me, to know who I am and get used to me as time goes on. You are welcome. Thank you. And to my returning subscriber, you're amazing. I appreciate you. Thank you for returning. And please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me. You're not being compelled to do that, but just for support's sake, please do that for me. Thank you very much. All right, today I bring to you a very sensitive and important topic that may seem like why of all topics, why did you choose this? Well, this is something that most of us in this part of the world, in Nigeria, we disregard or we do not take very seriously or important. And what might this topic be? Yes, there you have it, from mental health. I know a lot of you were not expecting me to, bring something this, but trust me, this is going to be a fun topic. Just be with me all the way and just learn. All right, so when you think about the mental health, what comes to your mind first of all? Majorly what comes to our mind usually is madness, okay? Madness, mense, anything that's just doing craziness, yes. When we think about mental health. All right, so the mental health is what I bring to you today. And what is the mental health about? The mental health consists of the psychological and emotional parts of a human being. Now, that deals majorly with the brain and the sense of reasoning of every human being, if you agree with me, right? All right, so this mental health happens to be the most important part of the human psychology. I like to say that. I don't know if anybody has generated that theory, but that's how I like to put it, because I feel like once the mental health of any human being is damaged, that's the end of that person. I mean, we see mad people on the road. They cannot control themselves. They cannot control themselves from doing things or harming themselves. And at that point in time, what do you think? What can you say about that? Majorly, that person's head is not in a very good place. I mean, the mental state of that person. Okay, let me go scriptural a bit. When God created Adam, God gave him flesh and God gave him blood also. God now put breath in him. He became a human being. And so we could say that Adam's senses were working, yeah? And his mental state was obviously in a very good place. That was why he could recognize that he was Adam. And he could know that God was God. And he could recognize his wife. Also, he could give names to the plants, animals, and everything that there is today. For you to know that the mental health of every being is super needed and very important. So moving on now, I know there are 4 types of disorders, right? I'm moving to the disorders because I'm going to talk about the importance of the mental health. Yes, there is mood disorder, there is psychotic disorder, there is anxiety disorder, and then there is personality disorder. Okay, now looking at these disorders, I would like you to read up on these disorders because I want to make this video as short as possible. Look at them and try to resonate with a few things that you may be having. I'm not saying you have a disorder. Don't get me wrong. And having a disorder does not mean that you are crazy or that you're mad. Please, let's get it straight. All right. So, if I'm now to include the importance of the mental health here, mental health is important because it's the aspect of our lives that makes us stay sane. If you agree with me, yeah, it is the central way in which we live our lives. The mental health is centered around how we reason, how we think. It's that aspect of life that helps us deal with, stress, anxiety, and the disorders that I mentioned earlier. If you agree with me, this is the aspect that helps us deal with the advantages and disadvantages of life, down to our physical health, right? Someone could be overthinking things, someone could be stressed out, depressed, and then could harm himself or herself, or could start having some system shutdown somewhere or something that could be linked to anything health, inwardly or outwardly. So there are many reasons why the mental health is important, and this is one thing that everybody should understand. The mental health should be very, very much guarded. It should be guarded like the way you protect yourself from fire, the way you protect yourself from several things. It's very important, and it is very sad in this part of the world where we live in Africa. I would like to generalize Africa, but let me just stay in Nigeria because we're still in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the mental health is very, very underrated, and this is not nice. This is where you're supposed to help yourself be mentally healthy and also affect those around you to be mentally healthy too. Because there are many people around us that are weak, many people that are mentally weak. They are not crazy, please. Anybody that is not as strong as you mentally is not a crazy person. The person is not less than you are. You're not more than that person. You're not better than such persons. We are all different people. We're created differently. So if you are not having suicidal thoughts and someone else is having suicidal thoughts, it does not mean you should regard that person as this one will bring this one. Please don't do that. Ejowo, please. Ejowo in my language means please. All right. And I'd like to say something very quickly about therapy. Now, in this part of the world, or black people generally think that therapy is not for a black man. Okay. Some of you have grown up to have that mindset, and it's a very damaging one, by the way. Let me say that. I would say black people generally think that therapy is not for a black man. Therapy is for other people, and I stand to say that it is a very damaging way to think. Oga, if you need help, get help. If people around you are damaging you, go get help out there. If you feel okay talking to a stranger that is a professional in dealing with mental health challenging topics or anything that's to do with the mental wellness, please talk to somebody when you need help. Get therapy, get help. When you talk to somebody, when you confide in somebody, when you go to share your problems to somebody, that's a form of counseling or therapy happening, because you are entrusting your problems, hoping to get a solution that could either harm you or that could make you. Now, in this situation, therapists are professionals that are trained to speak to you, help you through what you're going through, and they're always there to offer you positive solutions because they know more about the brain, the mental wellness, and the psychological aspects in general about every human being. Now, let me suggest an online therapy platform on Twitter. They are very active on Twitter. Nguvu Health. Nguvu, it's on the screen right there. Yes, Nguvu Health is an online therapy platform, that helps people with what they could be going through, and they offer therapy sessions for as low as 3,000 naira. Yes, 3,000 naira. The only disadvantage of that is that you get to speak to the therapist via chat. However, there are other standard rates where you could, pay higher to speak to a therapist. They are very affordable, by the way. This time you have to make a video, or you could now ask for a physical session. But the higher the higher the demand of what you want, you have to pay more, because good services don't just come for free. They offer premium services at very affordable rates, trust me. Check Nguvu Health. Nobody knows that you're going there. Nobody has to know that you're going there. They also have this aspect where they have a rant room where you can come and rant. Just, you are there with several strangers, like hundreds of strangers, talking and expressing how they feel. You just go there and drop. Nobody knows, nobody can track you, nobody can trace you. Just do that for the sake of your mental health. If that makes you stay sane, please do it. If that makes you happy, please do it. Get help when you need help. Stop carrying the general way of thinking. Therapy is not for a black man. You're harming yourself, guy. It is well. Take care of your mental health. It's very important. All right. And I love you for reaching out to people, for caring for people mentally. Thank you. This brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking. And thank you for subscribing. You are amazing. You are amazing. All right, till the next episode on Let's Have This Talk.